fifth time in his career, Dale Earnhardt Jr. scores a victory to win here. Not only once, but to win here 5 times.
Well, it don't mean shit right now. Daddy's done won here 10 times, so I got to do a little more, do more winning. But we're gonna get there. And he was the master. I'm just following his track.
When most NASCAR fans look back at Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2004 season, they point to this interview as to how he lost the 2004 championship. If you're unfamiliar with the situation, NASCAR docked Dale Earnhardt Jr. 25 driving points after cursing on live television after he won the 2004 Fall Talladega race. But this penalty actually didn't cost Jr. the title. I'm not saying it didn't have an effect at all, because it kind of did when it comes to where he finishes in points, but it didn't cost him the championship. You could actually give Jr. his 25 points back and he still loses the championship. There's actually 2 races that cost Jr. the championship. One race where people actually remember and it's been brought up of how it cost Jr. the title, and then there's another race that people never bring up, but it cost Jr. big time points. Buckle up, because I'm about to dive into these races and how it affected Jr. And I'll also go over a couple of what ifs. What if Jr. finishes second in a certain race instead of his actual result? What if Jr. gets his 25 points back with that second place result? Where does he finish in points? Does it get him a title? All those questions will be answered in this video. Before I get into that, I briefly want to touch on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2004 season. After coming off a good 2003 season, finishing 3rd in the points, everyone had Jr. as a championship threat going into the 2004 season. He quickly showed that he was by winning the Daytona 500 and leading the points the first quarter of the year. He won Atlanta and then Richmond shortly after that. The season wasn't even halfway over with, and Jr. already had 3 wins. Unfortunately, Jr. ran into a little slump over the summer, this mainly due to him suffering minor 2nd-degree burns after a sports car crash in Sonoma. Jr. got his mojo back right before the postseason though. He started off the postseason well, finishing 3rd at New Hampshire and then 9th at Dover. Talladega he won, and I talked about how he got docked 25 points. Jr. after Talladega sat 2nd in the points, but he would have been the points leader had he not got docked the 25 points. Let's skip over the next couple of races, all the way to the fall Atlanta race. Going into this race, Dale Jr. sat 3rd in points, 125 points back. The 2 drivers in front of Jr. in points was Kurt Busch and Jeff Gordon, and this is the race where the door opened up for guys like Jr., Mark Martin, and Jimmy Johnson in the championship chase. The top 2 in the championship had big problems in the race. Kurt Busch blew an engine only 53 laps into the race, having him finish 42nd, and then later in the race, Jeff Gordon had transmission troubles, which resulted in him going into the garage and losing multiple laps. Gordon finished 34th. This was a huge opportunity for guys like Dale Jr., and it was looking good until the very end. Jr. was running top 5 late in the race, and the caution happened on lap 301. Mark Martin, who was the dominant car of the day, stayed out while everyone behind him pitted. Jimmy got to the lead over Mark Martin, and Jr. was about to pass him next, and that would have been for 2nd. But before Jr. could pass Mark Martin, he was working on trying to clear Carl Edwards, and Jr. ended up making a very, very big mistake trying to clear Carl Edwards.
Oh, Martin hanging on. He's trying to drive the car right now faster and harder than the tires will allow him to.
Edwards, yeah.
Oh, man.
Another championship twist.
Oh, no.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
It was Jr. simply making a mistake that was very costly though. Jr. was most likely going to finish 2nd in this race to Johnson. Had he finished 2nd, he would have left with a very small point lead. Instead, Jr. finished 33rd and left Atlanta 5th in points, 98 points back. And what's messed up is that he would have extended his point lead the very next week, because he went on to win Phoenix, which was his 6th win of the season, by the way. And it seemed like the Atlanta wreck took the wins out of the sails when it came to Jr. and the Budweiser team. When they interviewed Jr., just listen to what he said when Bill Weber asks him about his championship chances with 3 to go.
2 to go, Dale. Championship thoughts now?
No, we just win what we can win, and if we get that big trophy, we get it. If we don't, we'll get it next year. There's always another year, and this team don't quit. I'm proud of them. We had I cost us a lot of points last week, and I've been feeling bad about it all week. I really wanted to come back and do something for these guys today. They give me a great car. I could do my job really easy today.
It just seemed like he wasn't as determined to go after the title as he was before the Atlanta incident. They were in the hole for sure, but he wasn't completely out of it though. Junior would finish 5th in the points, 138 points back. If he finishes 2nd at Atlanta and all of his results remained the same along with other drivers, Dale Jr. would have finished 3rd in points, 32 points back. Now I know some people are wondering, what if you gave Junior his 25 points back from that penalty he received? He still loses the title, finishing 2nd in the points, only 7 points back. That's freaking brutal. Atlanta was Earnhardt Jr. pretty much finishing himself off. He wasn't done for as he would still mathematically be in it when you look at the actual situation, but he would have to be really good to mount a comeback for the Cup. Atlanta definitely hurt Junior when it came to his championship chances, but it's not just Atlanta that hurted him. It was another race that didn't help Junior chances at the championship. What was the race before Atlanta? Martinsville, a race where Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a poor finish as well, finishing 33rd. And people never bring this race up as to how Junior lost the 2004 title. Obviously, I heard a ton of people bring up the points penalty when he cursed on live TV, and I even heard some people bring up the Atlanta incident, but nobody never brings up Martinsville. So what happened in that race? Dale Jr. started 3rd and was having a pretty solid race going for at least the first quarter of it, and then his car developed a really bad push, and this is an issue that they fought the whole day. Junior ran outside the top 15 the rest of the race, and it seemed like he wasn't going to finish horribly. That's until he had a brake issue.
Rear brake, the right rear.
Wow. 2nd place driver in the championship on pit road with 94 laps to go. What are they saying, Marty?
Check it out, guys.
This has just been a struggle for the 8 team today. They have really had problems. Now Junior says the right rear brakes are locked up. That's a big problem for Junior. And he's going to come slowly down pit road to his pit crew. They've tried everything to make this car better today. It's been too tight for most of the afternoon, making 5 pit stops under 1 caution. They're going to look at the right rear brake caliper, see if it is indeed locked up, and put on 4 tires. Obviously, they either fixed it or it is not locked up, but 4 fresh tires for the 8 car, who was about to go down a lap. It's been a big struggle for these guys today.
After having to come into the pits, this put Junior multiple laps down and he went on to finish 33rd. So Martinsville was the first race in the chase that put Junior in a hole, and then the next week Junior dug himself into a deeper hole by wrecking himself at Atlanta. So when you look at what truly cost Junior the title in 2004, it wasn't just one race but actually 2 races instead. Let's do another what if. Remember earlier where I said Junior finishes 3rd in points, 32 points back if he finishes 2nd at Atlanta and the rest of his results remain the same? That also includes Martinsville. What if he finishes a few positions higher at Martinsville? Instead of 33rd, how about 25th? Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a 2004 champion. What if you gave him his 25 points back for cursing? It's literally a 2 position difference. It wouldn't have taken as many positions at Martinsville with the points penalty in play, which is why I said that Junior's 25 points penalty does have some effect, but it's not the big elephant in the room as to why he lost the title. As a Dale Jr. fan, this is painful to look at, especially when you factor in the what ifs. I won't lie, for the longest I always thought Atlanta was the race that killed his chances at a championship that year. I thought if he doesn't crash at Atlanta and finish his podium, he'll be champion. I was curious about this, and I want to shout out this guy on Twitter for actually crunching the numbers. I really appreciate it, man. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s best shot at a championship was 2004 during his career. He wasn't lurking behind others, he was the guy everyone was chasing. Well, one of the strongest 3. Johnson and Jeff Gordon being his toughest competitors that year for the title. After 2004, Junior had one more year where he went into the final race of the season and could possibly walk out as champion, and that was 2006. It was similar to 2004. He was mathematically still in it, but it was going to take a lot for him to win the title. He had other good years like 2008, 2012, 13, 14, and 15 where he was showing flashes of being a championship contender but could never put himself in position to go into the final race at a shot for the cup. Just want to point out that bad luck definitely didn't help his case. Could have been a hunt with Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth had he not blew a motor at Chicagoland, which was literally the only race where he had a bad finish in the chase in 2013. 2014, he could have been in the Final Four if it wasn't for his unlucky round of 12. Blew a tire at Kansas, had an issue at Charlotte, and got caught in a wreck at Talladega. Then proceeds to win Martinsville in the round of 8, but it didn't matter because he was already eliminated. Just unfortunate circumstances for Dale Earnhardt Jr. So there you have it. 2 races cost Dale Earnhardt Jr. the 2004 championship. This was painful to go through, but it was interesting. It was very interesting going over the what ifs. To not end on a sour note, it was a very successful season for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and he, along with his fans, should feel proud. 6 wins on the top 5 points finish isn't something to be sad about. But there's always those what ifs that cross a person's mind. So what's your thoughts on this video? Do you think I was missing something as to how Dale Earnhardt Jr. lost the 2004 championship? Do you view the 25-point penalty as a big deal? Let me know in the comments. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and roll up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.